Welcome everyone. Let's continue with third part. Aiden had already become someone far beyond what the people of White City imagined. While others were still dreaming about gaining stronger equipment and joining powerful guilds, he was quietly building a future that would shake the entire world. The story begins with Kale from the Dragonlight Guild confidently boasting about the guild's upcoming rise. He proudly talks about diamond rank materials and equipment, claiming that the Dragonlight Guild will soon become one of the strongest organizations in the region. Kale looks down on Aiden and believes that once the guild acquires its new resources, Aiden will be completely powerless against them. He even threatens that when the Dragonlight Guild reaches the top, they will be able to crush Aiden whenever they want. However, while Kale is proudly talking about his future success, he has no idea that the very materials his guild desperately wants are already under Aiden's control. Aiden remains calm and simply smiles. He understands that Kale is living inside a dream that is about to collapse. The Dragonlight Guild and many other organizations are preparing huge deposits and investments in hopes of obtaining powerful diamond rank materials. But Aiden knows that everything depends on him. Watching Kale act so arrogant while being completely unaware of the truth makes Aiden secretly amused. After leaving Kale behind, Aiden heads to one of the most luxurious restaurants in White City. The place is located in the most expensive district and is filled with elegant servers and extravagant decorations. A meal there costs an amount that ordinary people would never dare spend. Yet Aiden casually enjoys the experience while overlooking the city from a high window. Looking down at White City, he realizes how much his life has changed in such a short period of time. Not long ago he was just another ordinary student, but now he possesses wealth, influence, and strength that most people can only dream about. Once he finishes eating, Aiden visits the Starlight Store. He knows that his upcoming adventures will require enormous magical power, and he wants equipment capable of supporting his growing abilities. There he meets Lunara, the cheerful store employee who had already met him before. At first, she assumes he is simply shopping for normal equipment, but her expression changes completely when Aiden asks for the highest-ranked magic item available. Lunara explains that the store possesses a damaged platinum-rank treasure worth more than 400 million coins. She laughs nervously because she cannot imagine anyone actually purchasing such an item. To her shock, Aiden immediately decides to buy it. When he discovers that he lacks a portion of the required funds, he casually contacts Lucien, one of the most influential figures in White City. Lunara nearly faints when she hears Lucien's respectful tone toward Aiden. The powerful manager speaks as if he is talking to someone vastly above his own status. At that moment, Lunara realizes that Aiden is not an ordinary young man at all. She begins wondering whether he is connected to some hidden force or powerful organization. Her curiosity grows even stronger when she sees him spending enormous sums without hesitation. The purchase itself becomes even more rewarding than expected. The store owner secretly offers Aiden a significant discount and presents him with 2 platinum-ranked skill books as gifts. The first skill, Cloaking Art, allows him to hide his class and level from others. The second, Eye of Insight, grants the ability to inspect detailed information about monsters, bosses, and rare items. Both skills are incredibly valuable, and Aiden immediately recognizes their usefulness. Most importantly, he acquires the Heaven-Devouring Ring, a damaged platinum-ranked treasure that greatly increases magical power while reducing mana consumption. Through the Eye of Insight, Aiden learns that the ring once belonged to an ancient demon lord and was crafted by a legendary dwarven artificer. Even in its damaged state, its power surpasses most platinum-rank equipment. The possibility of restoring it in the future excites Aiden because its full potential would be extraordinary. With his preparations complete, Aiden activates an epic permit and enters one of the most terrifying locations in existence, the Abyssal Sanctum. The moment he arrives, he immediately senses the overwhelming atmosphere of death. Darkness stretches endlessly across the landscape. The ground is covered in bones, dried blood, and remains of countless creatures. There is no sunlight, no warmth, and no comfort. Even someone as confident as Aiden feels nervous. As he moves deeper into the abyss, he encounters a skeleton soldier. The monster is only level 10, but it serves as a reminder that the abyss is far more dangerous than ordinary dungeons. Aiden quickly destroys it with a single fireball. To his surprise, the rewards are amplified tremendously. The experience gained is far beyond what should normally be possible. Realizing that his unique bonuses are still active, Aiden becomes increasingly excited. If even ordinary monsters can provide such rewards, then stronger enemies might offer unimaginable treasures. Soon his expectations are proven correct. A terrifying flame demon boss appears before him. Unlike ordinary monsters, this demon possesses intelligence and speaks fluently. It mocks Aiden for being a weak human magic apprentice and boasts about its noble status among demons. The creature claims to be competing for the title of Demon Baron and looks down upon humanity. Although the boss is level 15 and should normally be impossible for a level 10 adventurer to defeat, Aiden refuses to retreat. He immediately unleashes Ultimate Frost. The powerful skill freezes the demon completely, shocking both the monster and Aiden himself. Before the demon can escape, Aiden follows up with Thunder's Wrath. Massive bolts of lightning descend from the sky. The attack completely annihilates the flame demon boss. Aiden stands stunned. A creature that should have been an overwhelming challenge was destroyed almost instantly. The rewards that follow are incredible. Hundreds of rare materials drop, and the experience bonus reaches absurd levels. Most importantly, the victory instantly completes his second-class mission. For Aiden, this marks a major turning point. The obstacle that had worried him for so long disappears in seconds. Now free from that burden, he begins exploring the abyss more aggressively. As he travels through the dark wasteland, he massacres countless monsters. Skeleton knights, demons, ghostly spirits, and elite creatures all fall before his overwhelming skills. Experience accumulates at a ridiculous rate. Materials pile up in enormous quantities. Gold rank equipment becomes so common that Aiden barely bothers examining it. Then he obtains something far more valuable, a Starlight rank skill book. The skill is called Demon's Domain. When Aiden reads its description, he realizes that it is an extraordinarily powerful dark element ability, capable of creating a devastating area of destruction. Despite understanding the dangers associated with dark powers, he ultimately decides that strength is more important than public opinion. He learns the skill. The moment he activates Demon's Domain, its destructive potential becomes obvious. A vast field of darkness erupts around him, instantly obliterating numerous monsters. Even powerful bosses are unable to resist its effects. Aiden quickly realizes that this skill may become one of his greatest weapons. However, his peaceful hunting session is interrupted by a dramatic encounter. Far ahead, a group of young adventurers is desperately fleeing from an incredibly powerful enemy. Aiden examines them using Eye of Insight and is shocked by what he sees. Among them is Vespera, one of the most famous geniuses in the entire nation. She is renowned for her extraordinary talent, prestigious background, and incredible future potential. The other members of her team are similarly impressive, possessing legendary and epic classes far beyond what ordinary people could ever achieve. Yet even these elite prodigies are running for their lives. The reason soon becomes clear. Behind them flies a monstrous flame demon named Oslu. Unlike the demon Aiden previously defeated, Oslu is an epic rank level 40 boss. He possesses millions of health points and immense combat power. Even worse, he holds the title of Demon Baron and commands tremendous authority within the abyss. The young geniuses attempt to threaten him by mentioning humanity's strongest experts. Vespera boldly claims that powerful human gods will destroy him if he harms them. Oslu laughs at the threat. He declares that demons possess countless powerful beings and that humanity is insignificant compared to the abyss. The tension rises rapidly. Aiden uses Eye of Insight to examine the boss and learns that Oslu is a nationally wanted red name boss responsible for countless deaths. The demon is both powerful and dangerous. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, Aiden begins preparing for battle. He drinks an enormous quantity of high-level damage-enhancing potions. One after another, he consumes them until reaching the maximum enhancement his body can tolerate. The result is an unprecedented increase in destructive power. Then he steps forward. To Vespera's surprise, the seemingly ordinary young man positions himself directly between the demon and the fleeing students. Without hesitation, Aiden casts Ultimate Frost. The battlefield instantly transforms. The mighty demon baron becomes trapped inside an overwhelming prison of ice. Vespera can hardly believe what she is seeing. Even her powerful team struggled desperately against Oslu, yet this mysterious stranger freezes the terrifying demon almost effortlessly. Recognizing the opportunity, the group launches a coordinated assault. Powerful attacks bombard the immobilized boss from every direction. The demon's health plummets dramatically, dropping by half before he finally breaks free. Enraged beyond measure, Oslu enters a furious state. His power surges. The battlefield trembles. Even Vespera and her companions struggle to withstand the pressure. But Aiden is not finished. After witnessing the demon's strength and the abilities of the elite students, he decides to reveal even more of his own power. Drawing upon the dark skill he recently acquired, Aiden activates Demon's Domain. A colossal black ritual circle expands across the battlefield. Dark energy floods the area. The atmosphere becomes suffocating. Even the talented prodigies nearby can sense the terrifying power gathering around them. For the first time, everyone present realizes that the mysterious young man standing before them is not merely another adventurer. He is someone extraordinary. Someone capable of challenging monsters that should be impossible to defeat. Someone whose growth has already surpassed common understanding. And as the darkness of Demon's Domain spreads across the abyss, the battle against the terrifying demon Baron Oslu enters its decisive stage, setting the foundation for an even greater legend that will eventually shake both the human world and the abyss itself. The battle in the abyss had reached its most desperate moment. The terrifying flame demon Oslu, an epic rank level 40 boss and future demon count candidate, was still alive despite suffering countless attacks. Vespera, Vivi, John, and Aiden had already pushed themselves beyond their limits, yet the monster refused to fall. Even after enduring the devastating power of Demon's Domain, Oslu continued fighting with unbelievable resilience. At first, Oslu had mocked Aiden. As a noble demon, he believed a human's Demon's Domain would never be powerful enough to threaten him. Instead of retreating, he confidently charged forward. However, the moment the domain fully activated, everything changed. A tidal wave of dark energy exploded outward and swallowed the giant demon. Oslu's confidence instantly vanished. The demon roared in disbelief as the dark energy consumed him. This was no ordinary domain skill. The damage far exceeded what he expected from a mere human. Dark energy continuously attacked his body, tearing away his health and forcing him into panic. Realizing this was their best opportunity, Vespera, Vivi, and John immediately joined the attack. They surrounded the demon from multiple directions, preventing any escape. The dark energy radiating from the domain was so powerful that even Vespera felt nervous standing nearby. She could not stop wondering about Aiden's true identity. Everything about him was mysterious. He appeared to be around her age, yet he possessed strength that surpassed even the greatest talents of the sovereign city. Meanwhile, Aiden continuously consumed mana potions. The more mana he poured into Demon's Domain, the larger and more destructive it became. Against a terrifying opponent like Oslu, He could not afford to hold back. The strategy worked. The demon's health dropped rapidly. 5 million health points became 4 million, then 3 million, then 2 million. Eventually, Oslu was reduced to only 30% health. The demon screamed in fury. He could not accept what was happening. An abyss noble was being cornered by a group of humans. The thought alone filled him with rage. Yet Oslu was far from defeated. A sudden explosion of red flames erupted from his body. The infernal fire pushed against the darkness of Demon's domain, and slowly forced a path toward freedom. The escaping flames burned the ground, and filled the air with a disgusting smell, as blood and bones scattered across the battlefield. Seeing the danger, Aiden called for help. Vespera immediately understood. Now was the time to use their strongest abilities. Vivi stepped forward and activated one of her most powerful support skills. Dark and white energy swirled around her body before rushing toward Vespera. The moment the transfer was complete, Vivi collapsed from exhaustion. Her mana was completely drained. The skill had empowered Vespera beyond her normal limits. Golden scales covered Vespera's body. Brilliant dragon wings unfolded behind her. Her sword glowed with blinding golden light. Without hesitation, she charged directly at Oslu. The battlefield shook as she unleashed Dragon Roar Sword. A giant dragon-shaped energy wave roared through the air and slammed into the demon. For a brief moment, everyone thought the battle was over. But Oslu blocked the attack with his massive claw. The collision created a terrifying explosion. Vespera was sent flying backward. Blood poured from her mouth as she crashed onto the ground near Aiden. The attack had wounded Oslu severely. His arm was nearly destroyed. His health dropped to 10%, but he was still alive. Vespera stared at the monster in despair. That attack had been her final trump card. She had nothing left. Even after using everything she possessed, she could not kill him. The realization crushed her spirit. For the first time, she believed death was unavoidable. Looking at Aiden, she told him to run. If he escaped immediately, he might still survive. But Aiden refused. His eyes remained fixed on Oslu. He knew the boss was nearly defeated. Giving up now would mean losing unimaginable rewards. Little more time. 10 seconds, he said calmly. The confidence in his voice surprised everyone. Vespera did not understand how he could remain so calm. John activated his final ability, Frenzy Blood, and transformed into a giant berserker. His muscles expanded dramatically as he stood between Oslu and Aiden. The demon laughed. Even with only 10% health remaining, he believed victory was inevitable. He smashed John aside with overwhelming force and marched toward Aiden. Then Aiden smiled. The smile terrified Oslu. Suddenly, thunder exploded across the abyss. The sky lit up with countless bolts of lightning. Thunder's wrath had begun. The diamond rank skill released overwhelming electrical energy across the battlefield. Unlike ordinary magic, this lightning ignored basic magical resistance. It struck Oslu directly, again and again. The demon screamed in agony. His remaining health disappeared rapidly. For the first time, true fear appeared in his eyes. He realized he had underestimated Aiden. He begged, cursed, and raged. But it was already too late. The lightning continued falling. Every strike tore apart more of his body. Finally, Oslu understood he was going to die. Filled with hatred, he unleashed a final curse. Dark blood erupted from his mouth and transformed into a black beam of energy. The curse shot directly toward Aiden. Vespera recognized it immediately. A demon's dying curse, a terrifying ability fueled by hatred and resentment. The black light struck Aiden. Moments later, Oslu's enormous body collapsed. The mighty Abyss Noble was dead. The battle was finally over. Aiden immediately checked his rewards. What he saw shocked him. The experience gain reached 200 million points. The rewards were equally unbelievable. He obtained 1,000 epic demon hearts. He also received a damaged legendary rank weapon known as the Abyss Flame Demon Staff. In addition, he obtained an epic rank cloak. The demon hearts turned out to be far more valuable than ordinary materials. Chance of upgrading a class during future class changes. The implications were enormous. Aiden immediately realized what this meant. His Magic Apprentice class was currently one of the weakest classes in existence. But with enough demon hearts, he could continuously improve its rank. One day, he might even surpass mythic rank. The possibility filled him with excitement. The epic cloak was equally valuable. It increased defense, agility, health, magical resistance, and even granted limited flight. Aiden equipped it immediately. Meanwhile, he used healing magic to revive Vespera, Vivi, and John. When they regained consciousness and saw Oslu's corpse, they were stunned. Aiden had truly killed the monster. Before they could celebrate, Vespera suddenly remembered something terrifying. Oslu was merely a servant. The real ruler of the region was Demon Duke Ethan. As if responding to her fears, a terrifying red light appeared in the distance. The pressure alone was overwhelming. Everyone understood the danger. They had to escape immediately. Aiden activated his new cloak and began flying. Vespera asked him to save Vivi first. Aiden agreed but made it clear that survival came first. If the situation became too dangerous, he would leave without hesitation. He lifted both girls and continued flying while John grabbed onto his legs. The journey was awkward but effective. Despite the danger, both Vespera and Vivi found themselves strangely aware of how close they were to Aiden. Soon, they witnessed a colossal blade appear in the distance. The weapon belonged to Vespera's father. The leader of the Sovereign City Reclasser Association had arrived. His appearance forced Demon Duke Ethan to stop advancing. The immediate danger was over. As everyone relaxed, they accidentally crashed to the ground. The landing was embarrassing for all involved. Still, nobody cared. Catching their breath, the three geniuses thanked Aiden sincerely. Vespera promised that the Wexley family would remember his help. Vivi offered assistance from the powerful Taylor family. John even handed over a black card from the Hawthorne Trading Empire. Yet Aiden refused all rewards. He believed they were even. Without their assistance, killing Oslu would have been much harder. Eventually, Aiden revealed his name and prepared to leave. Before departing, John asked the question everyone wanted answered. What was Aiden's class? Aiden calmly answered, Magic Apprentice. The three geniuses refused to believe him. Only after Aiden disappeared did Vivi use her unique abilities to confirm the truth. Aiden was really a level 10 Magic Apprentice. The revelation left all three completely speechless. Back in White City, Aiden returned through the portal and immediately headed toward the Reclasser Association. At the Starlight store, Lunara spotted him. She was shocked. Aiden had entered the abyss and returned without a single injury. Her admiration for him grew even stronger. Meanwhile, Aiden's attention was focused entirely on completing his class advancement. Inside the Reclasser Association, he unexpectedly encountered Kale and Elira. Kale was proudly discussing future plans with Elira. He spoke confidently about Dragonlight Guild's rise and his upcoming leveling expedition. When he noticed Aiden, he immediately began mocking him. According to Kale, a magic apprentice had no future. Elira joined the conversation. She assumed Aiden had come to regain her attention. Her arrogance irritated Aiden. He bluntly stated that her decisions meant nothing to him. The response caught Elira completely off guard. Aiden then revealed that he had come to submit his class change quest. Kale laughed. Neither he nor Elira could believe. Aiden had already reached level 10. But their confidence disappeared when Tina examined the records. Not only had Aiden completed the quest, but his mission had involved entering the abyss and defeating an abyss boss. The room fell silent. Even Tina was stunned. Such quests were normally reserved for extraordinary geniuses. Kale and Elira could barely process what they were hearing. Aiden calmly accepted the recognition. He had already done far more than kill a simple abyss boss. He had defeated a level 40 epic demon. Still, he chose not to reveal that information. Kale continued boasting about Dragonlight Guild's future. Listening to him, Aiden smiled. Soon, Kale would discover that the guild's plans depended entirely on materials under Aiden's control. The surprise waiting for Dragonlight Guild would be devastating. After leaving Kale and Elira behind, Aiden entered Lucian's office. There, he finally decided to examine one of the epic demon hearts. He wondered how it should be used. Was he supposed to absorb it? Consume it? Before he could figure it out, Lucian arrived. The president entered the office with his usual respectful attitude. Then he saw the item in Aiden's hand. His smile disappeared instantly. His eyes widened in disbelief. Standing before him was not just a rare treasure. It was an epic demon heart. A material so valuable that entire cities would fight wars over it. And Aiden was casually holding one in his hand, as though it were an ordinary item. Lucian stood frozen in place. For the first time, even the powerful president of the Reclasser Association was completely speechless. And at that moment, Aiden's journey toward becoming something far greater than anyone could imagine was only beginning.